I feel like another thing too, man, we got tricked into feeling like we needed to have 10 income streams. And as I noticed, like, you know, like that 80-20 shit for real, when they say like 80% of your success gonna come from 20% of what you do. And that's what you should put all of your time and energy into. And the more I scale back, the more I see myself scale up. Like the more I said, all right, I'm not gonna have this business, that business, because it sounds good, it look good. But it's like when I just say, you know what, I'm just gonna do this and that. Now I'm seeing this and that grow at a rapid pace because I'm putting all of my time and energy into this and that, or whatever the case may be. You said what? Yeah, so that's kind of like just where
people work 10 jobs instead of trying to find a one job that pays much of the 10 jobs.
Yeah, because it don't honestly, like I believe time to be an illusion, but I do feel like how you allocate your time is important. And if you're allocating your time in 10 different ways, how much could you expect that to compound? Versus if you was the 10x what you doing and put majority of your time, for one, you'll be able to free up time to do other shit anyway, and then you'll still get more out of it, or whatever the case may be. So for me, like, I don't know, man, I just feel like in this phase of my 30s, I want to travel more. You know what I mean? I'm learning a lot about life. I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning a lot about relationships, even more than what I already know. You know what I'm saying? And just being in one and just having to have a family and different dynamics and, you know, being able to elevate. And it really does shape the perspective and make me understand, like, the different phases and the different levels of adulthood. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now I realize, my brother said the realest shit to me the other day. He said, because I'm big on, I want to pay all the bills. I want to take care of everything, you know, put the burden on me. And he was just like, yo, maybe the person you're trying to be in your 30s is the person you're supposed to be in your 40s. And then to add to it, my therapist was just like, yeah, man, you at what age? Oh, you need to have grace. You need to slow down. Like, she said, me and my husband took us 11 years to get it right, and we started late. So I'm like, you know what? When I think about it, it's like, you know, I'll be walking in a situation, I take on the whole thing, but it's like, whoa, that was crazy. I walk into situations and I take on all the responsibilities, but at the same time, it's like, in reality, that's what made me reevaluate the situation. My relationship, you know, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to still handle the vast majority, but in order for me to get where I know I'm trying to go, I have to be more flexible in allowing sad things to transpire within help, versus me just trying to say I'm gonna keep having these thousands and thousands of dollar overheads and then trying to find extra money to do the shit I want to do. And if I just cut it down just a little bit, you know what I mean, I can take that extra cushion and easily do the things that I want to do. So, you know, if you're a man and you out there and you're navigating through manhood, I think you should strive to be the best that you could be in every area. But at the same time, be okay with knowing that who you want to be might not be who you can be today. Not because you're not that person internally, but because your external circumstances don't allow for that yet. And it's like, you know, I really had to realize, like, yo, like, I got a family of 5, but this was a manufactured family. Like, we don't have kids together. So it's like, we can start what we're trying to do when we actually start with the kids that we birth, versus it being a situation where, you know, granted, we're going to have this blended family regardless, and we'll just add to the number. But it don't have to be like, it's like when I felt like I was trying to have reparations for what I couldn't do for my kids when they was younger. So I'm like, all right, I'm getting a little bit more money. Now I'm trying to do it now. But it's like, nah, in reality, I'm gotta keep going, because it's like, if they don't get it till they 18, so what? I never got to give it to me. So it might be meant for my oldest to get it at 20, my youngest to get it at 14, my stepdaughter to get it at 17, but my kids that we have at that age to get it at 3.
Or whenever the age is.
Or whenever the age is. It's just whenever, because it's like, you know, sometimes as parents, we burden ourselves with trying to give them what we couldn't give them when we thought they should have had it. If your daughter was 5, she never been to Disney, now you trying to hurry up and get it there by the time she turned 10 or 15. It don't matter. Whenever you get it done, you get it done. And I think that that's something that I'm more so accepting the fact of, like, you know what? I'm never going to have it the way I want to have it if I keep giving it out before it's all the way there.
Yeah, that was slightly close, but it's cool. Yeah, it's funny. I know, you know, we previously spoke about why someone at the pressure that parents could put on kids and saying, oh, you got to pay me back certain type of things I put into it. And it's funny because I was raised in a certain way, whatever, I'm already raising my child where it's like, yo, literally, I don't even see myself even caring about my daughter even buying me anything. As long as she kind of spend time with me and just be around me, embrace me, whatever. It's like, because I don't plan to raise you with any type of sense that you owe me anything.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's like, and also it's funny about the whole like Disney World type shit. I feel that's also just be like poor decisions type shit. Because it's like, I don't, you know, again, I'm so focused on the future and make sure she has shit I can leave her, and she has shit to not worry about where she go to school if she wants to go to school, and not have to worry about to even understand what debt is. And it's like, I don't even give a fuck about like trivial shit that's like Disney World. It's like, and I feel people be consumed again. It's being short sighted. Oh, we can do Disney World now, but then they're gonna go to college and be in fucking debt though. And it's like, who gives a fuck about Disney World? What is the path you're carving out for that child or even yourself? Like, are y'all gonna be able to even be moved from where y'all at now, 15 years from now? Probably not, because y'all have short sighted visions and pursuits and priorities. Or whatever.
Have you ever been to Disney World?
Yes.
How you felt about it?
It was great.
You seem like the kid that didn't enjoy it.
No, it was great, but I also
Disney.
understand that my mom, she was consumed with short-sighted vision.
No, but to your point though about being short-sighted, right? I'll even speak to my own regard. I feel like that was something that I've always struggled with. I always had I gotta have it now mindset, right? And I'm just growing out of that. Now I'm just growing into knowing that you gotta plant seeds and you gotta water them, you gotta water them, you gotta water them. And success is a product of respecting the process. It's nothing else. Like we talked about success in a previous episode, but in reality, it's just a product of respecting the process that determines how successful you are. Because if you understand that if I water these seeds every day, it could be sprout to become a tree. You know, it ain't no telling when that's going to happen. You know, it might not even get as tall as it possibly can in my time to be able to see it. But the fact that I unconditionally watered it is going to be something. Versus feeling like, man, I plant these seeds, I'm about to dig them up because where the fuck is this shit at? I'm about to go buy me a plant that's, you know, synthetic or fake or whatever just because I want a plant now. I was like, no, like I had to realize that, you know, you can't be short-sighted. You got to be able to see beyond 5 years. And you don't got to necessarily have your plan crystal clear, but you just got to understand that that time is going to pass, and you got to be okay with navigating through that space. And that's why I had to look at life like a 12-round fight, where it's like every year, just 12 rounds. It's 12 months in a year. Each month is a round. Some rounds you're going to get knocked down. Some rounds you're going to kick ass. But every round you can't give up. And when you start to look at life like that, you don't look at years in a sense of feeling like you got to get it all done this year. It's like, nah, this is just one bout. And then that's the second one. That's the third one. And if each year you plan on compounding, you understand that, all right, by year 3, I should be here because I didn't put enough time and effort and consistency into getting there. The reason I was short-sighted is because coming from where we come from, our goals is shit like make it to 18, make it to 21, make it to 25, make it to 30. So we already behind the 8 ball on goal setting because we don't even have goals that actually create something of ourselves. It's just like stay alive, nigga. Like, oh, you made it to 18, you toast up there. You made it to 21. A nigga, really, that's his only goal. Like a nigga, you can't actually, yo, what's your 3-year plan? And I don't know. I'm trying to get to 30. Like so the moment I feel like when you get to your 30s or whatever the case may be, you get out of that rat race of life being sped up and you feel like you in that, you got to survive your 20s. I say it all the time. But when you get to your 30s, like the way that it's played is differently. It's like, okay, the game slows down. It's like you're not with your friends all day regardless because everybody has their own shit that they building. So everybody's less concerned about what you got going on and you're less concerned about what they got going on. And then your day-to-day becomes more routine where it's like, all right, I just want to go to the gym, pick the kid up, play the game, go to work on this on the side, go film that. And it's like you become repetitive to where the point you look up, time start flying because it slowed down versus when you're in a day-to-day survival just trying to make it to 21, trying to make it to 25, trying to make it to 30. So now it makes it a little bit more easier for you to be able to set long-term goals. Whereas I feel like in other cultures and ethnicities, they don't have the pressures of surviving. So for them, they automatically out the gate know what college they want to go to. Automatically out the gate got a goal and a vision on when they want to be married. Automatically out the gate got to understand on what they want to be when they get older and how they want to do it. So they spend their 20s building their foundation. So by the time they in their 30s, it ain't to say that they super successful, but their life looks a little bit more settled and together than the average person that we come from. Don't even got to be black, but just from the hood, because we spend the first 25 years of our life just trying to get there. Then when you get there, like, oh shit, all right,
keep your head above water.
What do I do now? And then now you feel like a baby when it comes to handling your responsibilities because you wasn't taught to look long term down the line. So when you say like, you know, just don't be short sighted and think about your kid's future, that's another thing where I'm trying to get more indulged in because it's like, yo, you know what? I do really got to start thinking about like, you know, I do, but I got to do it better. I got to do it more.
For sure, of course. And, you know, first step was acknowledging it. And again,
Nigga, this ain't my therapy session. Fuck you.
Yeah, It's but yeah, and again, I give credit to my parents because my mom was great in other ways, and her weaknesses was in other regards. Same with my dad, and he, even though he was like, you know, had less of skills as intelligence than my mom, one thing he had down pat was long-term vision and planning for tomorrow and just being disciplined in that regard or whatever. And I remember I think of like a microcosm of how their difference was the infamous baby shower actually, where my mom was just so hell-bent on just having this great, amazing baby shower, just spending every dollar and all this shit, whatever. And it was a great baby shower. I give all the credit to her. And my dad would just like, who gives a fuck about a baby shower? It was all this money for a fucking baby shower.
When it's just one day.
And And she ended up spending like $5,000 on baby shower or whatever. I spent some money with her, but $5,000 whatever. And my dad and I remember everybody mad at my dad because he was like, I'm not participating in that dumb shit. Like, how much for a baby shower? And he gave me $5 in my hand. Like, yo, you a man now. You got a family growing. You need to put it up or pay some bills, go ahead some shit. You need to handle some responsibilities with this $5,000 cash. And I thought I was like, that's the difference in the art. Both were appreciated and came from love, but they both just have different priorities.
So collectively, they gave you 10 bands.
Yeah.
You better not never smut your parents again.
Yeah, it's not coming from love.
This is an entitled, ungrateful kid here. And like,
untitled or entitled?
I said entitled.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Ungrateful.